ka atisolu kidimandi nyulla nata kajado ganyandi nyulla nata o kajololu fanam fintindi Facebook oto YouTube Facebook oto ngoyko YouTube Gambia talent muna promotion lem Gambia talent muna promotion ngonda jaworode maribunga wate muna ngejubele wate muna ngela moile wate muna ngela kuomila Gambia talent woy ngoye dulle nata oy kantol kidimandi kantol sewondi kantol nganyandi Gambia talent muna Gam talent woy ay wali pa Ousmane Diouf inimba
You want to know about the Gambia entertainment industry? You want to know the existing policies and programs of the arts and culture sector? You want to know about the governance and management of the arts associations? The program will throw a fresh light on the entertainment industry in focus. We will touch so many angles about the cultural sector, the opportunities and challenges, and interrogate them, and most importantly, offer solutions.
Hello and welcome to the Showbiz in Focus. I am your host Kalilu Banja, and tonight we have Alhagie Manka of the State of Mike. Alhagie Manka, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kalilu.
Yeah, Alhagie, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. I'm here celebrating your marriage winning. So
yeah, I just saw 4 minutes ago. Okay, I just saw 4 minutes ago you were like celebrating, and then you post Jahad Dukure. What can you tell us about that?
As someone who loves the United States, and knowing that Donald Trump has not been doing well, so we really need a change, and we are hopeful that Joe Biden will bring so much changes and reforms in the United States.
Hope you don't want to make a lot of money by making films in the United States in the coming years.
No, not about making films. US has been a home for me. Like Pausman always welcome me. Pausman wives always give me good food when I visit Seattle. So so at least if Americans are living happily in the US, they will surely welcome us very well there.
Yeah, but one thing I know about you get some of a lot of your
inauguration.
Okay, I was saying one thing I know about you get a lot of materials from the United States whenever you travel.
I didn't get your question.
I said, one thing I know about you, whenever you travel outside the Gambia, you get a lot of materials.
Yes, that is something that I always do. It's important to get material. I mean, I remember traveling with you once in Zimbabwe, then Dubai, and I had to use all my money for shopping.
That was in Dubai. I was even surprised, like some of those materials that you were buying in Dubai. I was like, wow, what is going on? $200, $500. I said, hey, Manka, you spending all your money, man. But later I realized that that was giving you a lot of money in the Gambia.
I don't try to live a fancy life. I mean, I'm new. I can say I'm new into production. I'm also a businessman. A businessman, you have to be an investor. So sometimes all the little money you have is always good to invest it on equipments, and those equipments will yield results. And from those results, that's how you became big. So whatever
exactly.
most of the time I use it to buy equipment.
Okay, exactly. That is true. So Manka, now I want us to go to the program proper. In the past weeks, we were looking into the creative sector of the Gambia, particularly the arts associations. And I am
Yeah.
aware that you are a member of the FPAC, which is the Film Producers Association of the Gambia. Can you tell us something about FPAC?
FPAC has been existing for quite a while now, and
Mm-hmm.
and um, initially it was before our first president was the late Buwage. May he so rest in perfect peace. He did well for the
Amen.
industry, and
Amen.
after some years, Zeri Abubakar took over him. He's been there for a while. I think for about 4 years now.
Okay.
Sometime last year, they tried to do the Congress, but it couldn't work well, and he's still the president. We're hoping that in the next coming weeks, we will have another Congress where we will select or elect a new executive that will steer the affairs of FPAC.
Okay. And when is the date? When is the date slated for the Congress?
The scheduled date is the 5th.
Okay, on the 5th of November. On the 5th of December.
Yes.
That's a long time. Yeah, I just got an information from
Yeah, 5th December. Yes, 5th December. We are in November. Yes.
5th December. Yeah, I got an information from Sek Omar Jallo, the Director of Performing Finance and Literature, that the congresses will start from the 15th to the 5th of December. So I think, there has been a lot of arrangements with regards to review of the constitutions and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so that is interesting. So you guys now are ready to go to Congress?
Yes, yesterday we had a fruitful meeting with the. I and some people who are part of like let's say a task force or an interim committee, making sure that this Congress takes place.
Steering committee. Yeah.
Yeah, the steering committee. So we were able to meet with the with the executive of FPAC, that is Omar Lee and Zeri. So yesterday
Mm-hmm.
we had a good discussion, and then we all agreed in terms, and hoping that by next week we will send our what the things that we need to NCAC, and that will give us a green light for us to go to Congress this first week of December.
Okay, that is very good because NCSE was here, so they were talking about that all the associations have to go to Congress so that they can be able to work on the collecting society of the Gambia, and even not the collecting society of the Gambia. I think the associations need to be vibrant. But again, this brings us to the question of Alhagie Manka being a film producer. When did you start it all? When did you start it all? What motivates you to enter into film production?
Um, what motivates me? I always used to say that there was nothing like something that motivates me to go to production. When I was in school,
Okay.
when I was in
Mm-hmm.
school, I always think that I was going to be a military all the time. Why
Okay.
military? Because most of the people that I know around my neighborhood those days, where most of them were joining the military, and it was an easy way just to be employed.
Okay.
Those were people who didn't finish their school, or they were not good academic wise. And I
Yeah.
find myself in that situation that academic wise I wasn't good enough, and knowing that my parents background wasn't good enough. So the only thing I could do after I graduated from school, I joined the military. That has been my dream. But there was something like a turning point when State of Mind came to Gambia, and they were training so many young people. And one of my friends who
Mm-hmm.
used to be the coordinator for State of Mind, Lani Seri, I used to be his boy running some errands for him. So
Yeah.
that's what I used to do all the time. And I remember one time when these white guys from Holland came,
Mm-hmm.
I was always around them when I was with Lamin Safety, and luckily for me, one of them likes me so much, Danny Aka, and then before he
Mm-hmm.
left back to Holland, he recommended to the State of Mike team that let them include me at the State of Mike so that they can train me, because I'm someone who is hardworking, and whenever they send me, I was always there, and whenever they were going somewhere, I was always helping them, holding their bag, holding their camera. So they liked the energy that I was giving to them, and that's how they bring me to State of Mike. And
So,
when I get
so, so, before you go further, I just want to make that clear. So, State of Mind was an investment that was made in the Gambia on
no,
film production.
no,
Uh-huh.
it was not an investment per se. It was not
Mm-hmm.
an investment. It was more like a project that some few money were given to some money were given to this some of let's say my partners now to come to
Mm-hmm.
Gambia to start a training center, a multimedia training center for 2 years.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
training center, the idea was for them to train young people, and those young people also train other young people. Those young people also train other young people. That
So
was the
it
idea
was
of the
an
state of mind.
incubation. It was an incubation center
More
to
like an
pilot
incubation
it in
center.
the Gambia. Yeah.
More like an incubation center whereby people who want to study, who want to have career in the multimedia field, in the new media,
Mm.
could learn. That was
Yeah.
music production and audio visual and video production. So that was happening there, and I joined them. But before joining them, I was busy selling stuff at black market. I was one of those few key people who actually started black market, or always at black market during those days, around
So you were a
2000,
boy. Yeah.
around 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. I was always at black market selling stuff, and every now and then here at being into one police station to another, because we are either selling and buying stolen stuff. So for me, going to police station during those days was very normal for me. I spent so many nights in different police stations around Greater Banja. But later, when I joined State of Mind, because it was
Mm-hmm.
a training center, people were not always coming to the center. They always stay home or do their business. But I was somebody who was new to multimedia. The office had an
Mm-hmm.
internet at that time, and there were computers. So I was always interested, trying to learn new things online, trying to understand how to operate a computer, trying to understand how to browse the internet, and help. Thank God that YouTube was very helpful in help and in giving me so many tutorials. So I was able to learn so much online, and that's helped me so much to be who I am today, thanks to YouTube.
Okay. Okay. So I just want to ask this question. When did you basically start your establishment, which is State of Mike? It was State of Mike before. When did you start your own company?
Okay, it's still the same state of mind, because, as I said, in 2005, State of Mind came to Gambia. In 2007, the project ended, and I came in
Mm-hmm.
between that time. So when the project
Mm-hmm.
ended, it was a project. There were funds for a particular project, and when the project ends, they close the office, take the documents, give them to some of the board of directors who were running that office. But what happened
Mm-hmm.
was, Africell used to rent camera from State of Mind
Mm-hmm.
during those days.
Okay.
That was, I remember it was during before the official 10 million. They have first ever 10 million raffle that they were used to do. They used to rent camera from official from State of Mind. And I remember sometimes there was this guy, Camille, who usually say that they cannot continue renting camera from State of Mind alone. They will only have to get a camera and a cameraman. I
Okay.
told them, and I realized that if Abdel stopped renting camera from State of Mind, then we will not be having all these 500,000 that we were having from Abdel. So I had to force myself to learn production, and I also have to make sure that money was coming in. So in doing so, I started getting few money from different people to rent an
Okay.
office,
Okay.
around Town. So after I rent that office, I bring most of the materials that was in State of Mind and bring them to the new office. So when I brought him to
Okay.
the new office, I started doing some of the official filming and and it was through Pa Bubage and Muna Fay who used to guide me, tell me, do it this way, do it that way, and they were the one guiding me until I, somehow getting understand how to do proper filming, how to edit properly. So thanks to Pa Abdu and Muna who guided me so much during those days. So it was official who keep pushing me. That's when I get an office, and when I get an office, I also don't only stop at working there alone. I also bring my brother Balcon to teach him filming. I also bring somebody like Pandi. I also bring Dre Modu Youth, Five, and some few people so that when I have huge production, they can help me do it. Because you realize that when Student Mic started newly, we are even who were partnering with Blacklinks Open Mic to do these open mics. So
Okay.
my seniors were the one who were also filming open mics. So when they also left, I was the one who were doing most of this open mic filming, this community open mic filming. So I also needed people to assist me. That's why I had to also bring in people to train them so that they can be assisting me when I'm doing my productions.
Yeah, because I think I am aware of that. That is where I'm coming to. I'm coming in now. When did you actually started film production, proper film production? Because I could remember Han of
No,
Fate. I could
when you
also
say
remember.
proper film, when you say proper film production, I cannot really remember when you say proper film. It's like if it is movie production. I remember the first time I went to set to shoot a movie, it was through Ibrahim Cisse who was directing a film for Baby Day.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot remember what the title of the film. I'm extremely bad with dates, but it was Ibrahim Cisse who had this idea with Baby Day and then they were doing a production. So this production,
Okay.
I went there, I was trying to film it, even though I couldn't understand how to do proper production, but Ibrahim Cisse guided me, and then we were able to do some scenes. But I think until tomorrow the film is not yet out. Maybe whenever I see maybe you always discover. You
The
understand?
film is still not yet
So
out.
the film is still not after more than 12 years. Understand? So that was the first time
Oh,
I involved myself into film production. But later that QCell started, even Africell and Lamarana Jalo used to shoot some of this sorts of drama for Ramadan and stuff. So those were things that I was also producing. That's how I started doing proper production on film productions. So that's how I
okay.
started production. But later, I was able to do so many films after that.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. And then, can you tell us the nature of the films, like documentary, proper film? When did
Those
you actually
those
start?
those
Yeah.
those days, most of our production used to be movies and music
Uh-huh.
videos, and
Okay.
movies. That's what we usually do most of the time, and sometimes commercial. Those days between between 2012, between 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's what we will keep doing. But at some point, I had to change business because I think immediately after we left Zimbabwe, I was able to gather
Mm-hmm.
some money and then bought so many equipments, studio equipment. That's when I had to move to Westfield. So before I moved to Westfield, I almost took almost 2 years that I wasn't having any office. Everything that I was doing, it was inside my red car. I used to have this red car. I still have the red car. Like
Yeah.
that red
Yeah.
car.
I can remember. Yeah. Yeah. I can
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
even for the red car. That red car used to be my office, my everything. So everything that I used to
Wow.
do was done inside that office. And then later, when Ibrahim Sisa told us this, okay, when Ibrahim Sisa told us about this Zimbabwe climate change thing,
Trip.
and I realized that, I mean, if I invest on getting proper equipment and go to Zimbabwe, I will have more money, and then I can come set up my office and then build equipment. That's when I invest so much in equipment and rent an office at Westfield, opposite St. Teresa's, and that's where I'm
Yeah.
still now. And it's going very well right now. Thank God that. So since then, what I did was making sure that I changed my work because I
Mm-hmm.
was so much busy on film production, music videos and stuff. But I realized that the bigger money is working for NGOs, civil service organization, and you know.
No, I even wanted to come to that because I have a story that I always relate to you. That was in Zimbabwe. You had to turn me to a cameraman, so that was interesting. And then you were walking, you were walking the whole day, and at the end of the day, that documentary was like placed, you know, at the conference. At the end of the conference, you had to place a documentary just 10 minutes after the conference, and it was like it was shown. That was great. I can still remember that.
Yeah, so most of what we do is that we try to create stories or production that are very short, so that currently right now we live in a generation whereby everything is almost on social media. So you have to target audience that don't you know that most of the audience that we have right now, they don't have time watching 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours videos. So if you go to a conference whereby you spend the whole day filming about 10 hours, 12 hours content, it's very difficult for you to edit it. So what we do is that we film everything most of the time and make sure that we film everything to within the 5 minutes to 10 minutes maximum, so that we can use it as a highlight, and that is more like a report of the
a project report,
so
a project report, yeah.
So that somebody who didn't attend the event will understand, when watch it, will understand this is what happened, these are where the key things that were discussed. And that's what we used to do. And then because of that, I was also able to travel to more than 20 African countries with Abraham Cisse, with Kate, and so many people to make sure that we were covering most of this key conference around the continent.
Okay, so most of your money making areas is like working for the NGOs, both Pan-African institutions and at the same time Gambian institutions.
Yes, for now, for over the past 5 years, I have changed strictly to that. Whenever you tell me about music videos or shows or films, I always, subcontract the job to some of my staffs or some people that I know that are good into it. Myself, I'm not very good in music videos, so the only thing that I do is to make sure that I focus on documentaries, corporate videos. That's the only thing that we've been doing. And because of that, thank God now, most of the job that you see within the United States, most of them is done by State of Bank. Almost all the jobs from the European Union is done by State of Bank. And so many other civil society organizations and NGOs production are done by State of Bank, because we somehow mastered their language. We understand the language that they try to share with the general public. So mastering those things give us an opportunity for us to sell their ideas better. And
so you try to most of the time, so you try to portray the societal ills, some of the ills that are happening within our society, and then you are very much into that. So then they also have a kind of an interest in you, that you showcase what they want to see.
No, it actually somehow, yes, because I think how one of this started is when we finish our production. Welcome to the Smiling Coast. It was a documentary that we've been sharing to so many festivals around the world. So this documentary really helps to get to where we are today, because it was through those stories from those documentary that people see the quality that State of Mind can produce.
Okay.
And some other institutions also try to use State of Mind so that we can do some production, similar production for them. You understand?
Okay.
So, but now what we mostly do is try to sell the ideas and agendas of institutions. That's what we more focus on, and that it has been doing well for us. But not only that, for almost we also do any other production. But our main target is focusing on corporate videos, corporate materials, and documentaries.
Yeah, but I think there is more to that, and then that is why I want to look into the employment relationship, because there is more to that. When I was in Kate and in Manfoba, most of the projects that we were having, a large chunk of our money goes to you, because there will be a section for video production. so that we can be able to do both pictorial and at the same time video reporting, because that is very important in project execution. So you getting
Yes.
a lot of money out of that also.
Yes, thank God I'm getting lots of money out of that. But you know, sometimes I see myself as a businessman.
Yeah,
Businessman in a sense that I don't just most people see Sturumai, but there's more to Sturumai than Alhagie Manka.
exactly.
Understand?
Yeah,
We have our
exactly.
captain. Baukan Manka is the captain of Sturumai. He does most of the creative stuff, most of the things that you see in Sturumai. We have Asuru Boku
Mm-hmm.
who make sure that the money is coming in and we are delivering on the things that are expected from our clients. We have so many people. We have about 13 staffs. So all these staffs make sure that things are happening. Every day, almost every other day, we working. Every other day, most of the time I spend the night at the office to make sure that I review, I finalize production. But it's not about Alhagie Manka.
Okay.
So we have
So
so many
meaning.
staffs.
Mm-hmm. So
We have so
you
many
were saying
staffs.
that you have 13 staffs already
Yes.
right now.
It has been like that for the past 2 years almost. So we have so many staff to make sure that any job that comes to us, no matter how big the job production is, we can deliver. And that's why we are able to be taking 2 to 3 jobs per day, and we deliver all of them. Currently, we working with UNDP and doing almost everything that UNDP are doing in this country, and so many other UN agencies. But it doesn't disturb us because we have the manpower to deliver, and we also have the equipment and the expertise.
Wow. Wow. So that looks very good, Alhagie Manka. And then how do you work with the media sector? For example, the newsroom. Do you normally supply them with materials? Like you cover some programs and then you give it to them, or they subcontract you and then you give it to them?
In Gambia, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
our television don't subcontract. In Gambia, I think it's only in Gambia that most of the media houses we almost see one another as one. That whatever I need, I will go to GRTS and tell them I need some fridges and they will give to me. Or I call Tungora Beauty, but then I need X, Y, and Z and they will give to me. The same with me. Whenever they need something, they will call me. Manka, we went on production, but our mic was not working well, or our fridge was that, or this and that. So they will need fridges. I will give them fridges. So that's how we work. But I've never seen in witness game where somebody tells me that Manka, I need some fridges, and how much is the fridges. So it never happens to me.
So you are telling me that you provide content to the media houses because
I
of the.
provide content for so many media houses, almost all of them. All of them.
Wow. Wow. So what do you say? What do you say about the copyright legislation with regards to content provision, especially between you and the media houses? So do you think we need something like that in the country? So again, you was all of that because you are telling a very interesting story.
You know the issue with copyright is a bit funny. The issue with copyright is a bit funny because if we don't have a
Why
proper
funny?
copyright
Why
office,
funny? Why funny? Why is it funny?
if we don't have a proper copyright office, if the artistic association are not working the way they're supposed to work, it will take us almost next 20 years for us to benefit from copyright. Every other day I see TV material, TVs, or people online using my materials, even that if I don't even give them consent for them to use it, but I cannot do anything about it. You understand?
So you are saying that you're losing a lot of money because your content is everywhere, but there is nothing you can do about it.
I'm not losing money. I'm not losing money.
Okay, you are not losing money. So what are you losing then? So you are not
losing money because I'm not losing money.
Uh-huh.
I'm not losing money, but the issue is that the issue is that I'm not looking for those monies.
Okay.
I rather give my materials out for them to be used so that when I also need materials, they can use it for now. Until when we have a proper copyright office and they are making sure that not only the materials I'm sharing with TVs, but even the content we are playing on televisions. Because right now, even if you have materials and want it to be played on GRTS, it's just not long ago, one of the GRTS guys called me. I wanted to air something, but I wanted to air something. I wanted to air some material for Anaket. They charged me some money, but because they did a reduction, they give me some reduction on it, and I pay one episode, but they even telling me I have to pay only 4 episodes at once. You understand?
Okay.
So everything in
Okay.
Gambia you have to pay before it's aired. No matter how good your content is, even if the general public are dying to have the content, you have to it have to be played. You have to pay it played. So, but no matter how much content I have right now, if I take it to GRTS or QTV, I have to pay them to play. So if we are still on that system, it will be difficult for us freelance filmmakers or content creators to make money. How many films are we having in Ghana? So many films. They are just still on inside computers, or maybe it will only play once at a premiere center. Hello, Carl.
Are we losing Manka?
Yes. So because of the fact that televisions are not giving us money for content, I don't see any way that we can make money from copyright anytime soon.
Yeah, but I think the problem there is institutional problem, because if we have institutions and also implementation of the legislation, there should be no problem, because there will be something like fair play. So like you said, we don't have proper arts associations. We don't also have a functional copyright office. I think this is the problem. But apart from that, when the legislature is implemented fully, media houses should be able to pay.
Yes,
Even
when that is done, yes, we are hoping that when that is done, we should be able to make money from our contents. Yes, but
okay, so
before then, we just have to yala man or do the work for ourselves and make money by ourselves,
exactly.
but not copying on copyright.
Okay, but what about internationally? The content that you provide in international, are you providing any content internationally?
Internationally, we always provide content. I work with so many media houses, international news agencies, Al Jazeera, BBC, DW. So content, those are recently. I just finished a production for Channel 4. Channel 4,
Okay.
Channel 4. I did a documentary for them, though it was a bit controversial when it was released. It was called Sex on the Beach. I did that production, and it was, the payment was very, very, very good, and most of the times we target the international televisions.
Okay.
Because international television, what they can pay for one production, you cannot have it in Ghana for 2 years most of the time. So thank God that we are equipped, we are experienced, and we have some of the connections to work with international media agencies. That's why we are able to sustain student and all our staff up till now.
Okay, so I can also remember when you had a international production, like a film production with a Swedish company with Ibrahim Sise. Can you tell us something about that?
Yes, that production with one of that director from Burkina, I forgot the name. It was a Swedish funded project. And our responsibility was to make sure that we set the ground in Gambia and get get cast and production crew members in Gambia, and that was also one of the few international production that came to Gambia, and so many Gambians, talent, so many locals in Gambia benefited. And I think that was one of my first proper movie, international movie that I was involved in.
Yeah, that was your first proper international movie. And how many cast do you have, cast and crew in that production?
I can
Like
remember,
coming from you, coming.
it was huge. I can remember, but it was huge. It was huge because
Okay.
almost every aspect of product, every aspect of team member in production were brought on board. They only
Oh,
had
yeah.
their cameraman, and they only had their cameraman and director, but every other thing
Mhm.
was from the Gambia.
Wow. So which film that you have produced got to the international stage? Because I think I saw a post some time ago that one of your film was enlisted in one of the international
We
awards.
films that Student Mike funded and produced, there are two ones that are Gift from Welcome to the Smiling Coast and Gift from Babylon. Those films are big international films now. They like Gift from Babylon, Welcome to the Smiling Coast has been screened on over 100 festivals around the world. Gift from Babylon is also screened on more than 100 festivals around the world. Almost every month we have series of screening that we played at, and
Mhm.
it has been one of our most successful production ever. Gift from Babylon.
Okay. And then that was entirely produced in the Gambia. Did you have any support from your international? I,
Everything was done in Gambia with Stella Mike and my partners in Holland.
wow.
So the
So,
story was
who was investing? Who was investing on the film? Did you get any funding to be able, or investment to be able to do that film?
so how funding work? We because of our network that we have, for us getting funding
Mm-hmm.
it's not that difficult. Through our first documentary, Welcome to the Smiling Coast, we were
Mm-hmm.
able to win some little money from one festival in Holland. So from that money, we started a crowdfunding.
Okay.
So from that money, we get some crowdfunding, and from that crowdfunding, that's what we add together. And still, I also added a few things. That's how we did the gift from Babylon.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. So, Manka, we want to focus now on the employment relationships, because I mean, you are creating employment for the young people, and we believe that is going to continue. Are you training more personnel in your department or in your office to be able to broaden your production company?
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I have not been training people lately. I started training two people this week. Like one lady and one guy. I started training them because they have been disturbing me. They have been following me for quite a while, and then I just said that let me, because they have the passion, I will train. But over the past 5 years, I have trained so many people. So many people, most of them now are working in television, in UN agencies as communication officers, in so many places. I have trained so many people in this country.
Okay, so but then you were telling me that you got partners like UNDP and a lot of international NGOs and local NGOs in the Gambia. Are you foreseeing coming up with a program where you will be able to train young people so that they can master your trade? Because
What happened is that
we need that. Yeah.
what happened is that I remember there was one time ICT, that is here, told me about this opportunity for us to apply and get funds to train some people. I think we applied, but most of these applications are very tedious, and it takes so many months of writing, corresponding, and sometimes it's frustrating. And
Mhm.
sometimes I rather use my own money, facilities, and time to train people than getting funds from other people to that will condition me to train people, because I have been
Yeah.
training people for a long time now without having any penny from it. and I will continue doing it if I have the time. But I will not target getting funds from NGOs to train people. No.
Yeah, but what is happening, like you are saying, writing proposals to be able to acquire funding from big NGOs need a lot of craft. So I think the cultural sector also, you need to build that kind of partnership with people that you think they can be able to write good proposals. You pay them and then they do the job for you.
No, you don't understand. I think instead of Mike, there was somebody like Mobula used to tell me that why instead of Mike taking only jobs in this country, I told him that you only have the job when you give out a good proposal. I think instead of
Exactly.
I think instead of Mike write the best proposal in this country because you cannot have any job in this country right now without giving them a proper proposal.
Exactly.
Everything is about what
Exactly.
you. It's like most. I always say that most institutions they don't actually look at
The way your organization is, yeah, the name of
yes,
your
but
organization,
what
but
they look at properly is
the content
your
of
financial offer. That's what they look
exactly,
at. And
exactly,
instead of like we
exactly,
make sure that writing proposal only. I have a whole team that only focus on writing proposal. And I always tell my people that writing a technical, there's nobody who in this country who can do a better technical proposal than Alhagie Manka. Because that I master it properly.
yeah,
Sometimes I work on proposals that are not my field. Sometimes I have to talk to people. Look, I'm working on X, Y, and Z because you know this better than me. Can you do a background for me so that I can do
exactly.
some of our
Waaye
teaching.
ndongo time añ da nga dem si Ibrahima Cissé ngeen nekk foofu noonu di lifin yéen yëpp ndongo ngeen
Lekam bah wala
lekam baxal lekam baxal the is the idea. So yeah, even the director NCSE was telling me about activity based budget. Bu ma waxee loolu noonu ma ne ko ndeysaan sa Omar mu ngi wax Kalilu activity based budget. I have I have I was working on proposals for almost 10 years.
I know,
Yeah, so
I know.
yeah, so lolu ben advantage la, and I think some of the cultural funds, so Jesus the most of the artists are not receiving it from NCAC. Maybe mun na nek ne nekul na NCAC that they bañ pour jox len xaliss. Why maybe the content is not there, or even the companies, like big companies in the Gambia, the way you
Kalilu.
are approaching them, yeah, the way you are approaching them, maybe a lot of them cannot justify the reasons
Kalilu.
why they should give them monies. Yeah.
Kalilu, most of the times,
Uh-huh.
I always tell people, hire somebody. We have so many university graduates who are very good, who can write very, very well. Bring them
Yeah.
in your office, even if you have to pay them $15,000 a month, pay
Mm-hmm.
for them. Before the end of the year, they will give you a proposal that will be more than
Mm-hmm.
$500,000. That will be more than $500,000. That
Exactly.
$500,000, take 15% out of that $500,000 is their whole full year salary.
Salary. Wow.
You
Yeah,
understand? So you are not wasting. So
yeah.
for me, it's like you are investing on people who are also bringing money to you. So you are
Exactly.
not wasting.
Exactly.
I have to put my
Exactly.
office most times. The only thing that they do is writing. I also
Yeah.
have contractors. The only thing that they do is writing. So pay them the
Yeah.
good money. Let them write for you if you have to do it.
Exactly.
You understand? But
Exactly.
as you said,
Exactly.
most of us, we are so lazy in writing proposals or doing flow-ups. For production,
Yeah, te ba pare proposal bi tamit comme noko waxe dafa am ay yoon. So dafa am ay yoon yu sew yu fa nekk, so nande
you cannot
lolu
just
non
write
yaa ngi fi.
proposal. You cannot just write proposal like that. It has to be done very well. It has to be done very well.
Exactly.
So it cannot just be like this chaka writing. My name is Alhagie Manka. I'm the father of State of Mike. This is what we do. We can do this production and pay us this. No, you understand? Proposal
Mm-hmm.
has to be done very well. You have to convince the client that you are trying to sell something. You have to communicate them
Exactly.
in a way that they can see that when they read it, they will know that if they give you this job, you can be able to deliver, and you know what you're talking about.
Okay. So mu ngi mel ne Alhagie Manka and your company it's like all year round you having you having projects that are centered on centered on proposals, and at the same time working with NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and even big NGOs like UNDP. So all year round, you're young in legacy production. And then what are the materials that you use? It's not merely only film production, but sometimes even just taking pictures. I see that also. That also makes a lot of money. So
Over
a
the
good
years,
cameraman can make a lot of money.
over the years, we have somehow expanded what we do, and I
Mm-hmm.
think most of our revenue comes from event organizing now.
Okay.
Yes, event organizing is something that we've been focusing so much on during the past years, because
Okay.
since 2016 we've been organizing almost all EU activities, because we have a
So
youth
those
program
events are organized by State of Mike, or
by state
invited events.
No, they are organized by Stelma. Stelma most of the time have to invite people to attend the events. So most of the time
Okay.
we make sure that we organize events, invite, bring people on board, make sure that we do the catering, work on the visibility and stuff like that. So we've been doing this
Which
with
kind of events are that? Which kind of events? We want to be clear there.
events. It can be meetings, conferences, it can be dinner, it can be it can be any most most events are events. However, most events are meetings whereby people they can come and like either have a workshop. Some events can also be exhibition, like let's say EU celebrates certain days. Let's say EU Independence, EU Day. EU Day, we sometimes
Mm-hmm.
organize EU Day for them. Sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
organize International Press Freedom Day for them. Sometimes we organize certain national Gambian days that we do. So what we do most of the time is that, let's say Gambia Press Union, they are just recent Gambia Press Union, you support them. So what we do is that we may not organize event, but part of the funding that we have from EU, we will support Gambia Press Union.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So meaning as a film production company, so you are also event organizers at the same time. So you prepare these events, you do the promotion part of it, and then you manage the event at the same time, and then at the end of the day, you
Exactly.
yeah
Exactly.
you split it, you split the cake.
And that's the same thing that we're also doing with some of the UN agencies now. We've done some successful event for IMF. We've done some successful event for UNFPA, and now most of the UNDP project office events we use to organize them. Currently,
Wow.
we are working with the University of the Gambia and doing in their mood court. That's how that's happening, and with national humanitarian commissions. So we also have been organizing the events for them.
Wow, that is great. That is great, Manka. You are a great man. And then you were telling us before you were focusing on video clips, like video clips of musicians. Now you don't do that anymore. Or do you have other people in your company that are doing that? Because I could remember a lot of the Gambian videos were done by State of Mike before.
Yes, we used to do so many music videos back then because we were having good equipment to do production during those days. But later, I shift on doing so many things. Still now we do music videos. Currently we have some contract with UNDP that we're producing some 15 music videos for them on transitional justice with Omar Cham. But most
Uh-huh.
time when I have those jobs, I have to give them to Babukat because Babukat can do proper music videos. Me, I cannot do any music videos somehow. I have not done music video for a very, very, very long time. I don't even, I don't, I don't, I don't know whether it's the time or the person or I'm not good end of it making music videos, but I don't do music videos. But Bauer still does music videos. Bauer and my other boy Genesis, they do music videos.
Okay, so so are you having a lot of money out of that, or that is because you were not having a lot of money out of music videos? That is the reason why you left that trade.
One maybe because of money. One maybe because of there was no money. That motivates me to do more music videos
Mm-hmm.
during those time. Maybe because I realized that if I focus on a documentary, one documentary, I can be paid more than 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000. Sometimes you do a documentary that even go up to $1,000,000. But one music video, sometimes it takes you so much time to organize a set, to do location scouting. You know, we're working with artists are difficult. Working with actors as in dancers, or most of the time it's difficult. You know, you have to be changing from one set to another set. So the time you can
Mm-hmm.
spend on making one music videos, you can make a whole documentary out of it. And documentaries pay more than music videos. So because of that, I have to say, let me just focus on music videos, documentaries. But making documentaries also is a skill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a
Not
skill.
anybody can make documentaries. You
Okay.
have to understand the topic that you are dealing with. You have to understand what your clients are trying to achieve. You don't just go
Exactly.
to people, tell them, who are you, tell us what's your name, tell us what you know about X, Y, and Z. No, you have to make sure that you construct certain things properly. So that when people watch it, they will feel that what they are watching has an impact. But not
Yeah.
just interviewing
Yeah.
people anyhow. That's why still in
Mm-hmm.
this country, we still don't have many people who can make good documentaries. In Gambia, I think it's just few of us. State of Mind, maybe Banki, maybe Aruna and these people, and just few people. But you hardly have few people that can make good documentaries that when you put somewhere, people will not critic. critic.
Yeah, because I see like institutions like Safe Hand for Girls, like
Yes.
most of the stories that they want to put in their documentaries, especially if they want to know the prevalence of female genital mutilation or
Yeah.
female circumcision in the Gambia. So they are always going with you, and then most of the videos that I'm seeing from you, they are just straight to the point. You can understand how the people perceive female genital mutilation in less than 3 minutes. And
Yes.
I think this is very important. It raised a lot of public awareness and public education. So I think that is why your company is important.
Yes, instead of mind, one thing that we also one thing that we've been so much busy working on over the years is also working on sexual and gender-based violence issues.
Mm-hmm.
Our key partners, even before UN, our key partners are this women-led organization, from Team Young Women, from the Girls Agenda, from Safe Hands for Girls, from Wasukafo. These are our key partners that has helped to expose us to the UN system.
Mm-hmm.
I remember,
Okay.
one night I was we were in Zimbabwe. What's that place again?
Victoria Falls. Victoria
Victoria
Falls.
Falls. Victoria
Yeah.
Falls. When I used to do
Jonge.
I said not I should do this. I said Jack or call me to tell me about the activity that one of their madrasa activity that they were having, a summer camp madrasa that they were having in Birkama. And then that
Mm-hmm.
was one of my first activities that I was filming for these women-led organizations.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So these people, it was through gas agenda that I was doing that linked me with NCC, and NCC linked me with EU. And it's the same
Mm-hmm.
I said who works with gas agenda, also works with NCCCE, and they had a funds from EU that was on transitional justice, and it was through that EU saw the good work that I was doing with NCCCE, and I was working for EU. And you can see
Okay.
the connection between that. And it was also through EU that were funding so many of the UN projects. That some of these UN also saw the good work that we are doing for EU. They start working with us. So you
Yeah.
realize that even only one customer who is happy with
Mm-hmm.
your work can link you with
Mm-hmm.
so many people.
Yeah, but because I could remember in Zimbabwe, that was a free documentary sort series that you have done, because
Yes.
that was not the purpose. It was intended that you were there to do that, but again, it was not part of the program. So you
Yeah, yeah,
just
I know,
appeared
I
and
know,
tell
I know,
them
I
that.
know. No, sometimes
Yeah.
you see, the
Uh,
guy who linked me with Aisatu is Badra Pulu
mhm,
of Give One. I remember Give One had a program and they wanted me to support them, to film for them. I give them a free
mhm.
filming, and that free filming led me to have so many other stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So sometimes it's like give and take. You put your resources and then you bring forth a very good production, and when that is out, that markets you along the line.
Sometimes I believe it's not only about the money. I always say
Exactly.
that do the good job, the money will come
Hmm.
later. And I have been doing
Okay.
so many good works. I and my team have been doing so many good works, and that's why right now we are enjoying all the things that we are enjoying. Not like enjoying, we are still suffering doing so many works. But when it's come to having jobs, I think we have jobs more than any company in Ghana currently right now. That is because we have the expertise, we have the equipment, and we have the staff that can deliver. I think in this
Exactly.
country, there's no editor that is better than Bauman in this country. There's no filmmaker who can write better than Bauman in this country. There's no person in this country who is more hardworking than Alhagie Manka in production. You understand? And combined with the
Wow.
whole team that I have, I mean, any job that you give to us, we will deliver. 100%.
Yeah, I'm afraid of you because there were some materials that you were buying on the way. I can still remember that a spec that can video you, or like a pen that can video someone. So I don't need to go further. I don't need to go further into that because there is something I had wanted to call you to punish you for that, but again, I will not say that I'm on TV. So you are a criminal. Digital have
I
no
know,
friend.
I know, right? Digital has no
Yeah,
friend.
digital have no friend. So
What
anyway, Manka, I think there is what you are saying now, the revelation, because we are trying to talk about content creation. And when we
yes.
talk about the creative sector, normally we just focus on music. But I want the listeners or the viewers of this TV program to understand that we have a lot of content creators in the Gambia who are not even musicians, but even the film producers. They do a lot of content provision. They provide a lot of content, and this is very important. And then they create a lot of employment. As you can hear from Alhagie Manka, he's having almost 13 staff in his office, and he's working everywhere. So Manka, tell us something about your future visions and aspirations. How do you want to grow from this level to another level?
Sometimes it's confusing.
Yeah.
I always tell people that I think over the past 3 4 years we've been on top there,
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
top. Like, we've been the leading multimedia company in this country,
Mhm.
doing work, doing production both in Gambia and outside Gambia.
Mhm.
In business, sometimes it's difficult to be there always
Exactly.
because you have young people coming up every day. You have other people trying to invest more money every day. You have people trying to be there like where you are every day, fighting. In
Mhm.
Gambia right now, thank God that we have so many media houses because of maybe the freedom of speech that we are enjoying from this new government. I think we can say anything to the present Barro's government, but we are really enjoying freedom of
Freedom,
speech.
yeah, freedom of expression. Yeah.
freedom of expression. We are free to do whatever we want. And then we also have so many media houses in this country right now. We have more
Okay.
televisions. We have so many media outlets. So it's difficult to say where we will want to be in the next years. I always say it's very, very difficult for us state of mind. What I always want to, what I keep saying is that let us keep continue delivering excellent services to our clients,
Exactly.
both in
Exactly.
terms of event production and visual production. If we are able to deliver 100% to what our clients need, we will always be there. No matter, even if you have 100 production coming in this Gambia, because one thing you will tell Alhagie Manka is that whenever you give Alhagie Manka State of Mind job, we are always there on time. Whenever you give State of Mind a job, you will never call us and ask for your job. We will give you a job before the time comes. Whenever you give State of Mind a job, we will give you the quality job that you require.
Okay.
We are very, very easy going.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
People say we are
Mm-hmm.
expensive. Yes, we are
Yeah.
expensive, but expensive because we give you more than what you deserve.
Exactly.
You understand? So as long
Yeah.
as we are continue delivering high quality service to our clients, we will always be
Mm-hmm.
there. And as long as we are always there in the market, at least getting 40 to 50% of the production in the Gambia, then we will always be number one in this country. That's what I always tell people. But we
Mm-hmm.
are here because, not because we have Alhagie Manka, Bawukar, Aisha Bokom, and all these people instead of mine, but because we want to make sure that any equipment that is out in the market, I either
Yeah.
travel to Europe or to America and buy them. There's nobody in this country, even television, don't spend more money than state of mind.
Well, in getting materials,
In getting
I can
materials.
attest to that. I can
In
attest to
getting
that.
materials,
Yeah.
I make sure that any materials that are needed for production in this country, we have it. It actually started when I realized that people were coming to Ghana to do productions, and they will have to bring their equipment from America or Europe to do production. I said to myself, look, if Sterling is one of the leading companies in the country, why don't we buy equipment that anybody who wants to do product in Gambia, they don't have to bring all their equipment. They can just come to Gambia with their
Some
crew
of the
and get
equipments.
equipment in
Yeah.
Gambia, so that they will not
Yeah.
worry about equipment damage during the flight or paying so many weights or renting equipment in Europe or America coming here. They can just rent the cameras here, and when they rent the camera here, they can pay us good money. When they go, they leave the camera here, and we can also use the camera for our own productions. That's what I also want to do for FPAC. What I have been advising FPAC is that I was selected to be one of the interim president, but I'm not interested
Mm-hmm.
in any position. I'm not interested in any position. What I tell some of these females is that I will make sure that Alhagie Manka will even invest or give money to FPAC to get them a secretariat, get people who will be there and run the association for them.
Yeah.
Gradually, helping them get them funds so that we can get equipments like computers, like cameras, so that when anybody who want to do a proper film, you know that when you go to FPAC, you can have a 4K camera or 8K camera or any camera you want to use, or not any camera. You can have a good camera that you can do your production. You can have lighting there. You can have sound there. You
Yeah, and the
understand?
same
So
institution can be able to train other Gambians, and you
the
can
same
even
is
extend it to the university.
not only train Gambians, because in Gambia
Mm-hmm.
we have a problem. In Gambia we have a problem. A Gambian can train you basic production. A Gambian cannot train
Yeah.
you to be a master in the art. We have few
Okay.
Gambians who master the art. Very few
Yeah.
Gambians. We get funds. We got about 50,000 euros funds from DW. Some like about last year. We started the production this year. Baba wrote a very good story about illegal migration. The approach DW wanted us to use. Baba has been
Mm-hmm.
finding it difficult to work with people who can deliver what we want. And still now
Exactly.
we are having that challenge because we are not trained on certain productions. First of all, we know, take on camera, record, ask questions.
But that is where we need you, Mr. Alhagie
Now,
Manka. That is where we
now,
need you to come up with your own incubation center to be able to train
now,
young Gambians. Yeah.
Even Alhagie Manka may not be able to do that. So some of the things. What I plan to do is that when we have the
Uh-huh.
secretariat of FPAC, Most of
Okay.
us are connected. You are connected. My mentor Ibrahim is connected. At least we have people that are connected around the world. We invite them over to train us. Right
Exactly.
now, doing training is easy. You are in
Mhm.
Europe, I mean, Gambia, Pounds, and America, we are talking, we are communicating very well. So even if you have to do it through Zoom call, you can train people, share ideas, so that
Exactly.
at least they can help us grow. They can help us know one or two things about productions. But
Exactly.
In Gambia here, we don't have any personal light man. Not a personal, no, we don't have any personal light man. We don't have any personal sound man. We don't have any personal cameraman. We don't have any a single personal editor in Gambia. We don't have it here. But we are still
Oh
saying
my God.
we are still saying we are personal. We are not personal there. We are managing with the little we can do. That's why you hardly see production from Gambia going to international market. Very rare. Apart
Yeah,
from
you're talking about the film productions, huh?
yes, both films and
Yeah, because
documentaries.
yeah,
You understand?
okay, I can.
Both
Yeah,
films and documentaries. So we need
yeah.
to learn more. We need to learn more. We need people who are more experienced to come on board and help us. But if without an organized association, we may not be able to do that. We need to at least make sure the FPAC is well organized so that we can bring people on board to help us. But without
I know very much. I know very much. You want to leave us now because it's already 1 hour, and I'm also prepared to leave you. But now you are talking our talk. That is, yeah, I will say it in that way. You are talking our talk. That is, we need to have vibrant arts institutions in the Gambia to be able to support each other, to be able to enhance professionalism in the creative sector. That is what we were talking about all these weeks.
um, um, Kalilu, Kal,
Uh-huh.
we have we have so many young people who are very interested in this art.
Yeah.
They want to do it. They want to do their
Mm-hmm.
best. But the problem is that they don't know how to do it. That's why we keep filming. Just yesterday, I was talking to one girl who said she was doing a production. I asked her, how many production have you done this year? She said 3 production. I asked her, now you done 3 production. What's your target? We will screen them. Why not? All the money you are doing to produce this 3 production. Why don't you spend 1 year, do a proper script, get people to review your script properly, train actors properly, and do one film. Even if it's a short film, that short film can take you somewhere. Look at Ozjaju.
Exactly.
Ozjaju has been talking about this Mbebet film for a long time before
Uh-huh.
they start shooting it. They don't just shoot 1 month to write the script and shoot it. They took their time, and that's why this film now is going to places. But
Wow.
we Gambia,
What is the name of the film? What is the name of the film?
Mebet.
Mebet. Yeah, I saw that
Yes.
the one Mariama just won.
Mariama Koli, yes. Just
Yeah,
yes.
Mariama is nominated for. Yeah.
Yes. So, but
Yeah,
because of the
shout out to Mariama. Yeah, we forget to say that. That's a good one for the Gambia. Shout out to Mariama Koli for that brilliant work. And we want to say, may Allah help you to be the winner in the US, in Hollywood. Yeah, as the
but
newcomer.
because of the fact that we are always rushing, producing
Mm-hmm.
films, like how artists used to record without knowing that what you producing are they quality. Can we send them
Yeah.
out there? We are not doing that. We keep recording, producing, and we just keep them there. How many films have we produced? Where are they? You're gonna see them anywhere. You're gonna see them you're gonna watch them online. You're gonna pay and watch them. The only place you're gonna watch them sometimes is YouTube. Because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the international market needs content. Netflix needs
Okay.
content. Amazon needs content. DSTV needs content. But they need quality content, not just this taka contents. So if
Okay.
you come together, produce quality films, then we can get those millions.
Yeah. So, and that can happen through FPAC. When you have FPAC as an institution, you can come together,
So
work together as a
the target
team,
is when we
and then
have
yeah.
the target is when we have FPAC, we can make sure
Mm-hmm.
that we have registered filmmakers are trained. on how to do films, how to edit movies, how to do X, Y, and Z, how to do proper productions. Even was trying to do some production school here. Unfortunately, he passed away. We hope that some of his family and some Gambian filmmakers will continue what he started. You understand?
Yeah, the director said they are entering into a PPP, public-private partnership, so that they can be able to, continue with his legacy.
But the question is, who will do it? Do we have?
Yeah, that is the $1 million question.
Don't just teach me how to on a camera, how to frame, how to white balance, how to on sound. Production is beyond that.
Okay.
Production is beyond that. We also so if we have a proper part, so that we can also work with people that can help us build our capacity.
Yeah, you have a lot of that around the world. Even the IFCD fund, they are supporting in that area. I think NCS will be able to support you.
Sewa will tell you the last training that we have in Gambia on production was with NCAC. That was about 5-6 years ago.
Yes.
Most of the pictures are certificate. That was the only one that I know of that happened in this country. That was a proper one. You understand? Apart from that, most of us filmmakers and directors that we have in this country are YouTube trained cameramen and editors and filmmakers. And we have to go beyond that. We have to learn the art. If we want to make art. We cannot just be using shortcuts here and there to make sure that we can get there. No, because how you make money from this art is to make sure that you master the art, produce good content. So from this good content that you can use and sell to these networks.
Yeah, my recommendation will be to work on FPAC after your Congress, and then enter into a partnership with Pan-African movie or film industries and also international film federations. In that way, you should be able to request for those trainings, and some of the fundings that are coming, around the film industry, they will be able to share that to you. That is happening to the Music Union, because the Music Union is a member of the International Music Federation. So all the trainings that they are doing around the world, they invite the Music Union.
We are working on that. Hopeful that if we elect these new people into office, we'll make sure that we knock all doors, so make sure that we have a proper secretariat and we will do what is needed. That I can assure you. From now the next 6 months, I will to talk to you and tell you that Carl, this is what we have been able to achieve within this
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much, Alhagie Manka, for being here with us for this in the past 1 hour. I want to thank you for coming, for passing through to the Showbiz in Focus. As you can see today, I'm not that much, energetic today because I'm just closing from work, and at the same time, I was not even thinking that I'm gonna have this program tonight. But anyway, we thank you so much for those important information.
I hope next time you will have a program. You will have a program, not part of the art not part of the art industry, but talk about how you people in Europe and America suffer in terms of making sure that you work on time and getting money.
I will do that for sure. But again, thank you so much, Alhagie Manka. It's nice seeing you, brother. And yeah, thank you. That is the end of the program, viewers.
Ngali yendeo kwa nyulle nata ka musico lukidi mandi nyulle nata ka artiso lukidi mandi nyulle nata ka jado ganyandi nyulle nata o ka jolol fanam fintindi Facebook oto YouTube goiko YouTube Gambia Talent Muna promotion lem Gambia talent muna promotion ngonda jaworode maribunga wate muna ngejubele wate muna ngela moile wate muna ngela kuomila Gambia talent boy ngoye dulla nata oy kantol kidimandi kantol sewondi kantol nganyandi Gambia talent muna Gam talent boy awali pause
Gambian Talents TV, nyunule la doku seneyata. Gambia Talents TV, nyunule la doku betiyata. Gambia, nkala doku betiyata. Gambia Talents TV, nyunule la doku seneyata. Gambia Talents TV, nyunule la doku betiyata. Yeah. Gambia, nkala doku seneyata. Yo Gambian Talents TV njalam alnal badi malam nene jeli suso bintele bale jantonko alkal Gambian Talents TV la moy every day and night TV la mi yalla nako mashallah ila diamol kabet yalla la promotional kabet yalla wow ala baraka bake ala baraka fosila ko
You want to know about the Gambia entertainment industry? You want to know the existing policies and programs of the arts and culture sector? You want to know about the governance and management of the arts associations? The program will throw a fresh light on the entertainment industry in focus. We will touch so many angles about the cultural sector, the opportunities and challenges, and interrogate them, and most importantly, offer solutions.